today we're going to be reviewing some scenes and showreels. And we're back. You've been great. We'll see you next time. Okay, so so let's see what people are saying. Loretta, that sounds great. So do you know? Right?
Did we say that I am Assumpta Serna and you're Scott Cleverdon?
We did. Do you want to say it again?
Okay, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
We did. We said it kind of at the top of the show.
Okay, good.
We said it kind of at the top of the show. The other thing we want to ask you is we've been doing this. We've done this hundreds and hundreds of times in Spanish. But we are still relatively new in the English-speaking world. So if you think this is useful and you think anybody else who would like this, if you're on Facebook, for example, feel free to share it on your profile. Feel free to get more people in because our real objective here is to share what we know in terms of film acting and our experience as teachers and as actors, because between us, how many movies you done?
115. 116 with this one.
116?
Yeah.
So you're just beginning then?
I'm beginning.
Yeah, you probably should do some classes.
I mean, it's true that I'm always beginning. Yeah, the first day is the same thrill that I had the same day in my life that I was in a Cámara. So, for me, it's always, always new and exciting.
Well, our recommendation to anybody who is suggesting that they can coach, train, or teach you is the first thing you should do is look them up on the IMDb and see if they've actually done more than 2 episodes and 5 short films. That's really, really important because you want to be taught by people who've actually done the thing that they're teaching you. That might sound foolish, but I don't think so.
But needs to be remembered because, a lot of people had been a little bit, triggered by, what is more, how you say that, what is more shiny than, for what is more interesting or
all that glitters is not gold.
Exactly, that's
the thing. And one of the things that I think is really, really important is to have an opportunity to learn from people who've actually done the damn job, because there's an awful lot of pretension out there, there's an awful lot of theory, there's an awful lot of academic nonsense, and our philosophy is always we're not teaching you for 4 years' time, we're teaching you for the job that you're going to do tomorrow. Okay, so what we're going to look at today, we're going to look at a scene which I think was written and put together by Loretta, and also we have a showreel by Leah.
Let's see it.
Yeah, so absolutely. So let's go ahead, let's kick off and see where we are here right now. Right, give me 1 second. Oops, wrong button. Right, I am going to start with, because Loretta's here right now, I'm going to start with Loretta's. No, I have to. Sorry, this. There it is. There. That is not it. Hang on a second. 1 second. Sorry, this. I set this up beforehand.
Well, I'm going to read what it says. Loretta Hope. It says, "All that glitters is not gold." I haven't heard that saying before, but I like it. I like it too. I think that is. I call it noise. For me, it's noise. Well, there is some reason why you took me out here of the picture. Because I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that to you right now. Okay. Because when I was shooting the first of all, don't mess with that because I'm in the middle of doing something. If you, it's going to be disastrous. All right. So.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so let me just there we go. We're back to normal again. No, because when I was doing the thing the other day for the Carnage commentary, Carnage, as you all know, is this. So that's me.
That's his voice, yes.
Yeah, so that's a cartoon, a character in the Spider-Man that I did some 24 years ago. And the trailer for the new Venom movie came out, which stars Carnage. It's called Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. So I thought I would make a video about it and share my experiences doing the...
What is it, in the youtube.com?
What, you mean this one? youtube.com/Assumpta Serna?
Escuela
Assumpta
Assumpta Serna. That is where you can find the wonderful...
the commentary, and it's in English.
Yeah, and it's in English, that's why.
It's in English. It's. I feel very clever about
And
myself.
what
I
is
felt
called?
like a complete YouTuber. It was brilliant.
What is called? Carnage?
Well, if they just go to the channel,
They just got to the
I
channel
can't remember.
also.
I think it's called Original Carnage Voice Actor Reacts. I think it's something like that.
Okay.
It's not particularly memorable. It's not like it's called Spartacus X or anything.
Okay, so we're going to see what? Loretta now?
Yeah, we're going to see Loretta.
Okay.
If you can just give me a moment because it was there and it's not there anymore. So 1 second. This is it here. Okay. No, that is not it. Right. That's it. For the love of God. It was already there. Okay, so.
Great. Let's analyze Loretta Hope.
Okay, so here we go. You ready?
Yes, let me see.
Look, Carnage Central is in good to see you there, who's in YouTube right now. You're welcome, sir. Okay.
So
what do you need to see?
I want to see if there is there the phone or something that is not. Okay. Well,
it doesn't matter because it's got our Spotlight ID.
Okay.
Okay, that's the way they roll in the UK.
Yeah, no, that's much better.
I had an idea, and I'm not sure whether this is valid because I've been watching a lot of showreels from the UK with the Spotlight, and I was wondering whether it would be useful to put a QuickTime, a QR barcode on your video that somebody could scan with a phone. Are we ready for that yet, or is that still too high tech?
No, I think.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
It all depends. I mean, there's people still that they don't know what to do with this Q's thing, and this had been around for many
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
years. Yeah.
You're not wrong. Anyway, meanwhile, back at Loretta.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hello.
It's a nice place, this. So, how are you getting on? Last time I saw you, you were absorbed with learning French for that job abroad.
Oh.
Did you get it?
No, I was too hopeless. Thank you for helping me, though. You know, you're the only one that has the patience for me, and I do appreciate you trying.
Well, I do, yeah. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? More language lessons?
No, I don't think languages are my strong point.
Well, all the more reason to practice, really. Is everything all right?
Yeah. Well, sort of. It felt wrong not seeing you after what happened, and I don't like taking sides.
Well, you don't have to, as far as I'm concerned.
I think I know that now, but, well, it took me a while to get there, you know? Mum's very headstrong. So are you. And I know that what you said wasn't even aimed at me, but it hurt. I take after in a lot of ways, you know.
I wouldn't say you're as pedantic and controlling.
No.
You're so desperately insecure, you have to belittle everybody constantly.
Look, I'm not defending her. And nobody's perfect.
So, how is your mother?
She's fine. The blossom's out on the trees on our road. You know how much she loves that. It's been a difficult year for her in a lot of ways.
She's not the only one. There's something you're not telling me.
Yeah. She's got cancer.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know. It's terminal.
Why didn't she tell me?
I think your parting words were... What was it? Not giving a toss if she dropped dead tomorrow.
Perhaps I shouldn't have said that.
Will you visit her, please?
Okay. Now, here's the story.
That is the only scene?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this was the thing, because we're genuinely
Fancy
interested.
seeing you here.
Oops.
Hello.
We're genuinely interested in the way this is all changing for actors. I know it's a scene in entirety. Now, Loretta, tell me, did you write this? Right? Because I think you had a hand in its creation as well. The reason that I put this on particularly is because what we're beginning to see is something of a change in the way that people are beginning to see actors. It's no longer this fast-cutting, chopped-up example of various different pieces of work that we've had. Is that people, for whatever reason it is, have developed a great deal more patience when it comes to watching people on screen.
Can you do me a favor?
What would you
Can
like?
you put this window in the middle of us instead of...
You don't want it on top of you?
yeah, it would be nice here.
Do you want it there?
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
that's-
That is great.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, she did write it. Okay. Right. So so this is one of the reasons that what we're beginning to see is we're beginning to see more self-tapes, and we're beginning to see more individual scenes that people have gone out and shot. The first thing I have to tell you is, well done, Loretta. Okay? You got it together and you shot it. I don't know if you edited it. I don't know. I mean, you directed it to a degree, I assume. More power to you. You also chose somewhere that was relatively quiet and relatively controllable in the middle of a park or somewhere where there weren't lots of people. That's really, really nice. Technically, it all works. The sound's good. The image is good.
Yes.
Okay. If you can, write and tell us other details about it, whether you directed it or who directed it or what the post-production process was. In the meantime, I'm going to go back over it. And what I want to do, there's several different things here. And it's mostly technical. Okay? Technically in terms of the way it was shot, and technical in the way it was written. Okay? It's not a great deal about, acting from that point of view, but it's implicated in that as well. Okay, so let's go back and have a wee look. Alrighty. Okay, so this is where we kick off.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hello.
It's a nice place, this. So, how are you getting on?
There is something that I don't get. I mean, I get a little bit, worried when I see it for the first time. I say, so she's alone in this park that you can see, you can actually hear the birds and everything, and she wouldn't hear that someone is approaching into her right. I don't know. It seems to me weird that you're looking to another place, unless you're justifying it on the first space. It's kind of weird that you are, So for me to justify that you don't see it is because either you're doing an action or you are really deep in thought, and this thought, because you have the eyes, below the camera, I cannot see it, so I don't know exactly what you are. I think at this beginning, to begin the scene, it's nice that you say what you cannot say afterwards. It's nice that you at this beginning inform something. And I think being deep in thought also would help you to not hear him, for instance.
See, from an acting point of view, my first question is: are you expecting him? Did you call him?
Exactly.
Is it a surprise?
Exactly.
Okay. Now that might seem like an obvious question, but
I think that it's not decided here.
Yeah, it's one of those assumptions that we make, that we just kick off in the scene with the acting of it, as it were. But There's actually something a little bit more intense and interesting here. So the first shot we have is a sideways, sort of a lateral shot, a 3/4 shot of you to your right, camera left. Okay, I'm not sure where I am, but listen. Okay, I hear birds and stuff. I'm obviously outside. That's good.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hello.
It's a nice place, this.
Now, that's really the decision that you have to make, Loretta. Is, do you know him? Well, you mean you obviously know him, but are you expecting him? Okay, if it's a surprise, how do we deal with the surprise? Well, we go, oh, fancy meeting you here, right? We have to be woken up from our fugue, as it were. Now these are very small pedantic points. But I tell you that because you're a very good actress, and these tiny little details are the things that like pop it up to the next level of interest.
Yes, I am always saying this the following: the first shot and the last shot has to be really decisive on what you are doing, what do you want, and what is your conflict. Because if you want, there is so many things that you can say in this little time. Always when you are alone with yourself, you have a lot of possibilities to show, to and if you don't do that, I feel like we are starting a little bit on the wrong foot, because I want more of you. I want that that you share with me, and of course because you are in the left, I don't see. So if you are there and nobody's there, and you're thinking and you're beginning to feel sad for your mother, and you want to have another thought, and it's cold or it's not, and and again this thing of, oh my goodness, and then he comes. Then I understand your process. Then there is something that I can play as a spectator with you. You are sharing things with me. If not, it's really someone that is seated in the bench, which is not really interesting for me.
Technically, what you're missing is you're kind of missing 2 extra shots here. Okay, the shots that you're missing is, or hypothetically 4, depending on how generous you're feeling. I'm missing a shot from you from the front, and I'm missing a close-up.
Yes, and if it is shot like that, you still can do things. You always have to start thinking on the beginning and at the end, like a very precise moments where people are really expecting. They're doing a lot of and you cannot deceive them by not doing anything. You have to share with them things. If not, this person is going to say, oh, okay, so one of those that, okay. There is nothing that I can grab on. You have to grab them from the balls at the beginning.
No, this is an interesting question for you, because I know you know about editing, Loretta. Did you edit this? Okay, so tell me if you edited this. Because I've got some things to tell you regarding that, which should be very useful. But, okay, so here we are, 12 seconds in.
Hello.
It's a nice place, this. So, how are you getting on? Last time I saw you, you were absorbed with learning French for that job abroad.
Oh.
Did you get it?
No, I was too hopeless. Thank you for helping me, though. You're the only one.
Why'd you laugh there? Did you buy that?
Well, I think it's nice that you laugh, really, because you're not gonna laugh in any other moment. So I think it's nice, and it comes out of nowhere. But it's okay. I mean, it's like, oh, silly me.
Perhaps I'm a bit fundamentalist when it comes to those sorts of things.
But it's like, oh, silly me. Oh, yeah. I kind of buy it.
No. But if it's a fake laugh it. Yeah. Don't laugh from the nose down. Yeah, no, that's really funny.
But it gives something to the character that for me say, oh, so okay, it's another color. I kind of appreciate that.
Okay, all right, okay, you've convinced me. Mm-hmm. You've convinced me, right?
That has the patience for me, and I do appreciate you trying.
Well, Dirigir.
What did he
So,
say?
to what do I owe the pleasure?
He said something in French.
Dirigir.
I
de
appreciate
rien.
you
Oh,
trying.
yes.
Well, Dirigir. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? More language lessons?
No, I don't think languages are my strong.
Right. This is a curious thing. And I don't know how this chap is. I'm sure he's a nice man, but he's there to serve you. That's what he's doing, and by serving you, he's not doing you any favors. That's one of the issues you've got going on here. It's he's always giving it to you. I don't know what his level of experience is or anything like that, but it's the same thing that I would say to him that I say to all actors is you're not there to serve the other person, serve the other actor. You're there to defend the thing that you're playing. okay, and you play it to the hilt. Because if you're there just to serve the other person, well, it's, as we say in Spanish, flaco favor.
Yeah, since you are you have to sell that it can be father and child, or husband of your mother. There is things that I wouldn't choose these costumes. I mean, the way that you're dressed. Why? Because I see kind of two actors instead of two characters. I see. I like to see him, perhaps in the suit or something. That he's like working or something. Because if not, I see an actor with the clothes that he goes in
with actor clothes.
With actor clothes, yes. So
you're lucky he's not wearing a leotard or something and ballet flats.
No, I need a little bit more of definition of that. I understand that one cannot do everything, and I suppose that if that is you who wrote it, so it's hard. But those details gives a lot of mileage also to the people to understand. If he would have a suit and he would have I don't know a sandwich or something, and then I understand that that it's in the park that is next to the office, and I start thinking. I start thinking, oh, okay, so it's more his place than her place.
For example, and this has a great deal to do more with kind of directing and writing. Is, can he be carrying anything that will tell us about who he is or what he is? Can he bring her something which will tell us about their story?
Yes, that I see two actors. I don't see two. Because what you don't have any bag with yourself. How did you come there? Do you have a bike? You went with a bike, and then the bike is there. You know what I mean? It's like doing reality in the as much as you can, because we have to believe you. We're not seeing actors. We are seeing. You will want to see more in movies. Everything is informing you of something, and we are so used to also take in account the context. That if the context is so it's a park, and we know already it's a little bit boring because you don't have anything else to inform.
Well,
costumes.
I've just had
objects.
a major revelation.
Yeah.
That when I was watching it, I'm going, oh, give me a close up, give me something that's a bit, give me this, right? I think one of the reasons that we're seeing more of that in film and TV, whether it's on Netflix or HBO, we're seeing it everywhere. I think it's because we're used to that. We're used to that. We're used to the close up, not the extreme close up, but we're used to the close up. And I think that we've gotten particularly good at interpreting what people think and say in that particular context. I think it might have radically changed the way that we relate to characters on screen. Anyway, just a thought.
Yeah, and I think following this wave that there is now about authenticity or honesty or natural acting, the people are more thrilled to see this close up than to see general shots. You see, because
wide shots.
Wide shots. Because if there is a wide shot that we already understand, there's a park, then our imagination works faster, and we want more. If not, we are a little bit bored. It's not that we are bored because we see we see that is but
what you're saying is it's less intriguing.
Less intriguing, exactly. It gives you less things to think about. And remember that is your job. Your job is to generate questions into the audience.
And what I would say as well is, if you want to make it instantaneously cinematic, do a super wide shot of you in one corner sitting on the bench and him walking in. That's how you make it cinematic. Mm-hmm. You make it cinematic, and then you put the titles in that space. Mm-hmm. That's basically what we consider to be cinematic is done through composition and the kind of abstraction of the frame, which is used entirely to tell a story.
Yes.
Like you'd be the extreme right, and he would be walking in from the left of frame.
Yeah, I miss you. I miss these close-ups on you. To see your eyes, to see what you're thinking, to see your thoughts, because that's what the acting is. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but we're trying to see why it would work.
Right. So
better.
If I was working with you on the script, the first thing I would say is, where's he coming from? Right? What's the relationship here? Does he say, fancy meeting you here as a joke? Okay? Because quite frankly, fancy meeting you here is a peculiar thing to come up with if it's not said as a joke, really. If it's not like ironic, we've arranged to meet. So it's like, fancy meeting you here. So it has to be quite clearly established like that. The other thing which is important is to say, where's she come from? Where's he come from? Okay, because those are the questions that we have. Because we're detectives when we start watching something. We're trying to work out relationships, who they are to each other. Is he a teacher? Is he a lover? Whatever the hell's going on.
That's why objects and costumes helps you a lot.
Yeah, and also the way that they speak about things. But more than anything, I need this shot where I can see you looking out front and I can see you thinking, right? And this is why I'm asking you about editing, because the moment where you think and then you turn, you're controlling the editing. Because if I'm on you and I see you thinking and you go, but why did you tell me that? You're turning into the other shot, your own reverse. Okay? This is like, Power Ranger stuff where you're actually capable of controlling the editing. And if you're editing it, well, that's something that you should be noticing.
Yes, and you'd love that,
Right, let's keep going.
Yes.
Well, all the more reason to practice, really. Is everything all right?
Yeah. Well, sort of. It felt wrong not seeing you after what happened, and I don't like taking sides.
Well, you don't have to, as far as I'm concerned.
I think I know that now, but, well, it took me a while to get there, Mum's very headstrong. So are you.
Right.
I know that what you said wasn't even aimed.
Okay, there's a certain thing in acting where they say to avoid end result playing, okay, which means that we don't play the character like we know we're going to die at the end. But there are certain things that you do have to play the hidden information here. When you say the word mum, who you later revealed to be terminally ill, when you say mum, that's got to have a different meaning for you. Okay, one of the things that is very important that we develop is this relationship with the things that we're saying. The other day we did an analysis of a documentary and a movie of one of the main character in The Staircase and Meryl Streep and Jeff Daniels in A Scene in the Hours, directed by Stephen Daldry. And we were comparing reality with fiction. But the one thing that really crossed both of them was the powerful, inexorable link, connection, and marriage there was between what they're saying and what they feel, think, and their experience of it was and is. So when we talk about something, it's not like we're going to illustrate it, but it has a different meaning for us. And the difference is whether we're going to show that meaning or whether we're going to hide it. And this is the thing that I think you, young Hope, that you need to, and you can do this because I've seen you do it in other moments, is that we're really interested in what's going on underneath. Play that harder. Play the subtext harder, because that will be the thing which will make you a much, much more compelling actress. You're already extremely good and very competent, but that will just take it to and make you much, much more watchable.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah,
Sorry, I went off on a
absolutely.
rant there. Thank you, Assumpta. Right, let's keep going.
Me, but it hurt. I take after in a lot of ways,
I wouldn't say you're as pedantic and controlling.
No.
You're so desperately insecure you have to belittle everybody constantly.
Look, I'm not defending her. And nobody's perfect.
So how is your mother?
She's fine. The blossoms out on the trees on our road. You know how much she loves that. It's been a difficult year for her in a lot of ways.
So, it's the same thing there. She's fine. No, she's not.
Yeah.
She's not even slightly fine. Don't be afraid to tell the lie. Don't be afraid to let us see you lying. Okay, because that's a perfectly valid thing to do. Is tell, how are you? I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's going really, really well right now.
Yeah,
I'm really satisfied. How are you? Are you good?
If something me as a director, I would tell you, play more the conflict that you have, because everything is soft, everything is nice, your voice, everything is together, is in symphony with with the nature, and it's like almost you're too good to be true. we need to play more. What is your conflict? What is you really mad at him? What it happened then, and what it affects you now. What is this conflict? Because you are in the middle, yes, but also you're telling your things, the things that really hurt. So I want to see a little bit more this conflict, for me to be able to believe it in the complicated nuances that you can do in the words, and how do you choose them to say, and how that would make me more believable what you're saying. I remember, we want to see thoughts. It's not the words. We want to see the thoughts before, and that is the creativity of an actor or an actress.
You're not the only one. There's something you're not telling me.
Yeah.
That's nice.
She's got cancer.
Oh, I didn't.
Perfect example of a relationship with something we can say. She's got cancer. What's her relationship with that word? Mm-hmm. Okay, because everybody has a relationship with it. Everybody knows somebody who's been affected by it. Everybody knows somebody who's died from it. Somebody who's been diagnosed with it. Somebody who had it afterwards. You just say, oh, what happened to them? Oh, they had cancer. We have a relationship with that, and sometimes we have to give in to what that relationship is, and sort of acknowledge it in one way or another.
Yeah, there's so many things that one can.
But not over egg the pudding. Not go to, no, she's got cancer. But it's literally to contemplate what your relationship with it is, because that's what we all do. No.
But I would add things more like, so what you gonna do about it? She got cancer. If you had set up before all these, trouble and the relationships between both, and that could be always kind of a question for him. So what you're going to do about it? I think everything has to be subtle, but it has to be there. It has to be in your thought, because if not, it's a little bit too what is said with And we always are eager for conflict. We need conflict. We need conflict also to be able to grab you, to be able to help you, to be able to, that's what we are,
We used to do a scene in our school, in our film acting class, which was called Things, and there was no content to it. It was just two people talking about something that was never ever defined. Did you do the thing? Which thing? The thing. Oh, yeah, I did the thing. And the second thing? Oh, it's much better than the first thing. The thing was specifically written to create something where the actor had to create action and context and subtext, because otherwise it was meaningless. Because what we're doing is we're constantly searching for meaning. That's what people are. That's what human beings are. We're machines designed to find meaning in things, to find patterns. That's why you find the picture of Jesus' face on a piece of toast, or the Virgin Mary on the side of a building, or it's got the lights in the sky. It's got to be aliens.
Yeah.
All of those particular things.
The clouds have to be animals.
I think it's called apophasia. I'm not entirely sure, but there is a word for it. Our capacity to find patterns in things. One of my observations is that actors like to, we always like to play outwardly dark characters with dark intentions and dark actions. That's all very well, and that's quite good fun. We've all done it, the killer, the murderer, the whatever. Well, I've done it more than most, it would seem. I've done it a lot. But really what we have to do sometimes as actors is we have to step inside that little puddle of darkness that we have inside ourselves. So what do we think about death? What do we feel about cancer? How do we deal with resentment? How angry are we? Why are we angry? How far does that go? What would we do to this person? Are we violent?
What we want to tell them that I cannot tell them yet.
When I say he has cancer, what's my action there? Am I simply informing, or do I want him to feel responsible and bad? Because if I do that, that will radically change what it is. She has cancer. It's terminal. What you're going to do about the idea is pick something and then play it to the hilt.
Yes, because it's interesting, to accuse someone of another having cancer. I think it's an interesting one.
We do that all the time.
Yeah,
we do that all the time. I mean, we do it several times a day. Where were you? I'm late. Like the person that you're late for is now responsible for the person you're being late.
You do that a lot.
I'm late.
Of times.
I try to avoid it.
Yes, well, but you don't. Sorry.
You see what I have to deal with?
Okay.
You see what I have to deal with? There you go. That's a perfect example of it. It's an accusation of somebody else.
Yes.
Making the accusation.
It's very interesting because that's what normally. It says so much about the characters, and it's also, nobody's perfect. So this character that you're playing here is a little bit too nice. We need to find the dark place, the conflict there. Because you laugh at that you're not good at languages, which is okay, but it's something that you don't really care about. So what do you really care? I don't understand. You only care that your father comes? That is a little bit thin. I want to see more things that you care about, more things that you can have conflict with. Sorry.
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 I know.
Let's go pre-cancer.
Yeah. She's got cancer.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know. It's terminal.
Why didn't she tell me?
I think your parting words were, what was it? Not giving a toss if she dropped dead tomorrow.
Perhaps I shouldn't have said that.
Will you visit her, please?
Right. Here's my life advice for you, Loretta. When you're writing, try not to make everything implicit. Make the audience work for their scene. Make them have to work out what's going on. Don't make it too obvious or too expositional. Try and find other elements that might tell us about the story that we're in, without actually being clear about it. If somebody says to you, "Did you call Dad?" We know that they're brothers. That sort of thing. How can we tell the maximum amount of the story with other elements other than people talking? The next thing is what you've got to do is
talking about the thing.
Let's talk about the thing. Talking about the thing, whatever the thing might be. The other thing that's kind of important, and I think this is important that all actors should really spend some time perhaps thinking about, is that when they have text, is try and work out what their relationship is with what they're saying. Now, when people talk about going and investigating and exploring their darkness in a kind of Jungian, Nietzschean way, people think that's about being evil and thinking evil thoughts. No, that's very little more than contemplating the things which might not be particularly nice or the implications of life itself, which is ultimately death. Mm-hmm. And those are things which don't have that particular animus about them, and they can be attempting to search for some kind of truth. The other thing here is to make very clear actions with what you're doing. That is the thing that will catch us. If you go, she's got cancer and I'm saying it to him because I want him to feel bad. It's terminal. Make a decision on what you're doing. As an expression which I love, which is shit or get off the pot. It's just make a choice of what you're doing and play it to the hilt.
Yes, you here you refer more to yourself, to your own emotions, and I think is interesting to see, to have decided beforehand the relationship more between these two characters. Even if it's not in the page, you always have to do that, because that is going to be a source of inspiration for all sorts of thoughts. And you need these thoughts in camera. You need these thoughts on camera to be truthful. So even if it's not written, and if it's written, to the contrary, the idea is that there is always something going on that you cannot explain, that you are sharing with us. Why? Because we want a detective, behind the camera, which is the spectator in this eye that is gonna always watching, always trying to understand you, and then it's gonna be, you're gonna grab him by those. Okay, so what time is it?
Right, let me just do the last one.
Last one.
Yeah.
Okay,
so let me just load it up here. Second. Here we go. Where the heck is it? There we go. Okay.
Is she here?
Yeah, she knows that we're showing this tonight. So hopefully Leah is here.
Okay.
Occasionally known as Victoria. It's very confusing on our email, I have to tell you. But anyway, so this is Leah MY SHOWREEL. Here we go.
I was, but I'm not going anymore.
Why not?
It's not right for me. It's better if I work.
Do you want to work?
Look, are you a nurse or a counsellor?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want you to feel comfortable with me.
He can't find out about this.
It doesn't matter about him.
No, please.
It isn't about him.
I have to go.
Izzy.
You're still crying.
Shut up, Lily.
It was just a cat.
It was not just a cat.
You have to just get over it, okay? You can't keep crying, it isn't going to solve it.
Mom!
She's gone out. Look, do you want to do something? Do you want to watch a film or something? Take your mind off it.
Not with you.
You think you're safe? The priest? He never absolved you of anything, Joseph. And you literally have seconds before the icy grip of death leads you into eternity. No. No. No!
Right. Okay. A little bit of Exorcist action going on there.
A bit of what?
Like The Exorcist? I don't know.
It's weird. Yes.
Bit of a makeup experience going on there.
Makeup experience also, because I cannot believe it, because the makeup.
I look at makeup like that and go, I know what they were thinking. I know what they were thinking they were doing. It's all going to be dramatic lighting and everything, instead of being like a fully lit bedroom in the middle of, Hemel Hempstead or wherever the heck it was.
Okay.
Okay. You have a very nice quality to you. There's some really nice things in there. Really, really good. So you've got the nice end of the scene moment.
Yeah, like the confusing moment.
Yeah.
An uncertainty that you also have sometimes.
We're big fans of uncertainty here on this show. Right. Let's.
I was, but I'm not going anymore.
Why not?
It's not right for me. It's better if I work.
Do you want to work?
Look, are you a nurse or a counsellor?
Okay.
Right, Leah.
You're what? What is?
Are you a nurse or a counsellor?
Nurse. Okay.
Leah, I'm going to give you a top tip. Okay. Whenever you're shooting, look where the camera is and lean towards there. Favor that. Don't favor the other side of the camera. If I'm speaking to somebody, I'm going to put myself in close up. If I'm speaking, so you're the camera. If I'm speaking to somebody here, right, and I have to think, I'm not going to think over here. If I'm speaking to somebody here, I'm going to think here. Okay? So I'm going to be open to the camera. Okay, you probably heard people saying that. Open yourself up to the camera. Look for the camera. Okay? You might understand it implicitly. I don't know how long ago this is. You might have completely worked out by now. But the story here is that if I'm speaking to somebody here, my instinct is to speak to them like that. But the on-camera actor, what we do is we speak to people like this. You'll see it all the time. Next time you watch TV, some TV series or a TV show or a movie, you're going to see people speaking to other people like that all the time. And the reason that they're doing that is they're sharing everything that's going on inside their head with the camera, which is right here. Okay, so there's no complaint whatsoever I have about acting. The acting's good, you're uncertain, you're not sure what you're saying, you're trying to find the words and everything. It's purely technical, okay? And that's eminently reparable, fixable. That's what I'm seeing there. So it's literally, instead of, it's like I'm speaking, this was the scene and this was my journal. This is the scene, for example, that we had before with Loretta, is I want her to have a shot like this. You know? And then as I turn, we cut to another shot. Basically my shot that comes from here. It's an interesting thing, and it's very useful if you're an actor, if you have the opportunity to edit your own scene, because you'll hopefully begin to see what the things you need are when you're telling a story. And they're moments of change. They're moments where we as the audience get to see something that the other characters don't see.
Yes. Consider a scene as a handful of moments that you really want to share with the audience, that they are not in the page.
Right. Let's go back to where we were. But that's nice. I'm not sure whether you got a port wine stain or you're injured.
It's not right for me. It's better if I work.
Do you want to work?
Look, are you a nurse or a counsellor?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want you to feel comfortable with me.
He can't find out about this.
It doesn't matter about him.
No, please.
It isn't about him.
I have to go.
Izzy.
I don't understand this shot, this last shot. I would just finish with you in the door and not put the other one in. Why you need her shot? I mean, the important is your reaction, not her. You're not explaining more of the story by showing this close-up of her. And it's in a different also light. I don't know what was going on, but it doesn't match so well with the things that we had before. So just forget about this shot of her at the end.
Yeah, screw her.
Yeah. Okay, this shot.
You're still crying. Shut up, Lily.
It was just a cat.
It was not just a cat.
You have to just get over it, okay?
I would just go, you entering, because I still don't see if that is you. It's too similar to you. This other girl, I don't know. I don't see.
What we got to, we got a bit of a fringe mashup.
Yeah, so I would prefer if you start by saying, the phrase, still crying or something that you're saying at the beginning. Yeah, here at the door. I start from there.
Still crying.
Shut up, Lily.
It was just a cat.
It was not just a cat.
You have to just get over it, okay? You can't keep crying. It isn't going to solve it.
Mom!
She's gone out.
Look, if I wanted to be really audacious, because I'm going to be a bit mean to your co-actress, is you're kind of kicking her ass here, okay, in acting terms, because you're very natural and real, and she's doing a number. It could be possible, and this is stretching it a little bit, but because there's no music, there's no serious ambient sound, there's no birds or traffic or police sirens or conversation going on, it's pretty quiet, that I would conceivably cut from, right.
Shut up, Lily.
It was just a cat.
It was just a cat?
It was not just a cat.
Yeah.
You have to just get over it.
No, I can't do that. The editor did his job well, or her job well.
But
No, you can't make the cut because the cut happens just after she starts speaking.
I would take out her thing. So I would start with.
No, you'll have a very ugly jump cut because the text you would have to have her jumping from her speaking to her speaking, right? And her text overlaps.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
So it wouldn't really work too well.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to see whether it would be possible. It's okay. The other person they make you look good.
Okay, you can't keep crying. It isn't going to solve it.
Mom!
She's gone out. Look, do you want to do something? Do you want to watch a film or something? Take your mind off it.
Not with you.
That moment.
Yeah, love it. I love that.
That is a very nice moment.
Love that. There's movie acting for you. There's film acting. There's camera acting. Why do I say that? And I'm like, yes. It's because I go, what did I do? Did I do it wrong? I did it again. Okay, I don't know what you're doing there. Hopefully you're thinking something like that, but it's a good lesson to everybody out there that when you got to do that sort of end of the scene, oh my God, what have I done? Those are always compelling because they're the springboard to the next scene.
Look what Matt Hudson says.
Yeah, that's the next stage. Now we're talking about Neo level kind of matrix bending. I would insert a reaction shot from somewhere else in the speaking to bridge the gap. Yep, that's another thing you can do of her not speaking to bridge the gap. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because obviously you got more material in the scene. There's many ways to skin this particular cat. Matt has all the reason in the world to say that. It's a very good thing. It's something that we do a lot, and I know Matt does it. He edits showreels as well, and very, very good showreels. In fact, we've got a few of them which I'd like to have a look at next week. Very, very good material in general. But one of the things that you have to do sometimes to cobble something together is steal one of your own shots from somewhere else to cover, something that you don't necessarily want.
Or something that you don't want.
But anyway, I'm loving this little shot, and people are like, well, you really, Scott, that much? And I'm like, yeah, you're a young actor. You got the weight of the scene on your shoulders, and you're giving me something interesting to think about.
I see you are completely there. I can read your whatever is going on. It's simple, but that's what we want to see. We want to have a moment where we want to have a moment where really is not what is in the page. We want to have the idea that that we have to investigate. No?
Absolutely. That's just the story. Right, now we got the last scene, which is a bit of a problem child. Okay, what did I do? Oh shit! What do I do now? That's nice.
You think you're safe?
Okay.
Priest?
I would just don't put this scene at all because I cannot believe it.
The sound's bad. I can't. I'm not quite sure what accent we're going for here.
You have anything, Joseph, and you literally.
I don't believe her.
For the icy grip of death leads you into eternity.
I don't like.
And I'll tell you one of the reasons. There's a very weird thing here where you have a mini crossfade. It wouldn't make any sense to, where one shot fades into another. It doesn't make any sense that there's a miniature crossfade. I'll show you. If you're going to cut. But it almost makes it feel like it was done, the transition was done on a computer or a phone. I don't know, but it's peculiar. Watch this.
Literally have seconds for the...
You see it's a crossfade.
Yeah, it's a crossfade.
You see that? I don't know if I can move that. No. But if you can go, look. You see?
Yeah.
You see it's a crossfade.
Yeah, here.
You see, there's your crossfade. I do not lie. So the question is, why the heck is there a crossfade in the middle of a dramatic scene?
Yeah, no idea.
Normally, look, you can use a crossfade sometimes. You use one thing and another to show a passage of time, the fact that things are moving slowly, one thing is slipping into and across the next thing.
Yeah, but I think it is an error that nobody noticed it or something.
Yeah, or maybe they're all like that.
Death leads you to eternity.
I don't like your voice there.
You see, that's a straight cut.
I don't like your voice there. I don't like it, and you don't look very good. So.
It's not your bag, Leia.
No. I don't believe that.
And I don't need to see. I definitely don't need to hear this.
No.
See, another fade. Look, do you see that? We got another little crossfade there. Watch that, check. Look.
That is because.
There you see crossfade.
It's shorter than the other one.
Look, crossfade though.
Yeah.
It's a bit peculiar.
I take it off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just saying because I don't want this scene actually harm you, and I think it does. So I think with the other one that you look the uncertainty, that you do this thing of what's going to happen next is a little bit better to finish it with a scene that we and it's on you, so it's great. I know that perhaps you feel that it's only one scene. Remember, the show reel is not something that you put everything that you do. It's not like a file compressor. The show reel is just is to show that you are a good actress, and that you are very comfortable in things. So
Let's. I go one step further, and people say it's damning them with faint praise. It's more than good actress. It's competent.
Yeah.
One of the things that people are consistently looking for, and they don't know how to identify it themselves. They don't know what it's called, but they need people who are competent. That's why you continually see the same damn faces in every TV show. You go to Netflix and you go, it's him again. Or you HBO, it's the same thing. Oh, it's that guy again. It's because they've proven themselves to be competent. And this works in two ways. This works in somebody who works efficiently on a film set and they know how to integrate what they do with the technical process. How to work with the camera, how to find the light, how to hide what they're saying in the lens, all of those different things. The actor who brings more value to the script than is in the script itself. Because they do things that the writer can't write and they show us things that the director cannot direct. And this is the magic, and this is why you get people who continually work. Because they're bringing their A game every single time. There's a part of us as actors is that we try to be cool about what we do. Don't be cool. It's a very uncool job. It's completely preposterous. I mean, afterwards when people are like, oh my God, I thought you were amazing. You're like, thank you very much, but I was in a ditch at 4 o'clock in the morning freezing my ass off. I didn't feel that amazing, because what we're doing is, as you say, a scene is a collection of moments. Mm-hmm. And those moments are connected by the actions of what everybody is attempting to achieve.
Yeah, and the action and the conflict and the needs that you have, which is the drive of the scene,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's...
Well, that's been our show for today. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Loretta, for pointing that out to me. I think that was it was really great. We should speak sometime about writing. I'm interested to know the other stuff you've been up to. And, if you want me, I'll give it a once-over. Leah, thank you very much for sending me your demo.
Thank
today.
you, Matt and Kevin and
Carnage
Central.
And Carnage Central. That's Carnage Central.
Who is Carnage Central then?
Carnage Central is
a channel?
Carnage Central is a Twitter account, and they once reached out to me because they found me so whenever there's something Carnage related, they always tag me and they always hashtag me in a post.
Nice.
Which is kind of nice. This is the great thing that we've discovered in confinement is small concentric communities of wildly bizarre interests. Because, to quote, Almost Famous, that great Cameron Crowe film, that the only currency in this bankrupt world is what two people share together when they're uncool. And the trouble is that you can't be passionate about anything without being pretty uncool about it. So, that's been our show for tonight. Thank you, everybody's out there. Ian.
Thank you.
And Cerato, Loretta, thank you very much. Get in touch with me.
It's been useful, Loretta,
Crystal,
for you.
Thanks for dropping by, sweetheart. It's always good to see you. Remember, if you want to send your demos, scenes, self-tapes, or even photos, we were doing CVs for a while. You can send them to me directly, ideally by WeTransfer, to Scott at familiadecine.com.
Okay.
What? Sorry, were we doing a thing there?
Oh, no.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Scott at familiadecine.com. It's like some acting exercise. I love it. It's great. Remember, the other thing you can do, there's various different things. Look, I always forget about that. You can buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee at /Assumpta Serna. We do have a Patreon. Although the Patreon is almost everybody there is native Spanish speaker, although we do have a lot of English-speaking people. A lot of English-speaking people, actually. And many of them are here right now.
Yes.
That's at patreon.com/Assumpta Serna. The other thing that we do is we do coaching. We coach people for self-tapes. We coach people for auditions and castings. I work with people in English. I also work with people in Spanish because a lot of people, Spanish-speaking people who have to work in English. So that's one of the things I do.
I do it in Italian,
like
French.
Estella, who's here. I was working with her on an audition today. I don't know whether she had to do it because she was waiting for news. But it's a great thing to have the chance to sound your ideas of somebody and have somebody who's a bit crueler with you when it comes to doing an audition or a casting than you are, because we just want to get it over with. That's the other thing. I have this theory that we just want to get it over with so much that we're about 30% as good as we should be.
Because we just
don't care.
It's just what do
That's okay. Just get it out with.
Sometimes when you don't care, this happens very nice.
No. But there's not caring, which is I'm not going to really learn the lines and I just wing it. And there's not caring, which is I know what I'm doing and I don't care what you think of me.
Yeah, different.
It's like asking somebody out to dinner and already deciding that they're going to say no.
Yes.
So you just tell them to go.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, thank you very much for tonight.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a delight and a pleasure. Remember, you can send that to us here. Remember, if this is your first time on YouTube, to subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos. There's a lot of them in English. Check out my Carnage video, which came out on Sunday, which a lot of people seem to be enjoying. Thank you to the Carnage fans out there, if there are any with us today. Remember, if you're on Facebook, to follow the page. And the other thing is that the reason that we do this, that we've always done this, is our objective is to give a point of view, an actor's point of view, to film acting and to the other aspects and tools of the actor's job that we weren't given when we were young actors.
Yes, that's our why.
Yeah,
that's why we are doing it.
That's our raison d'être. So that's one of the things. So I will always be open. We will always be open to receiving messages, having questions asked. We can't guarantee that we'll get back quickly, but we'll do our damnedest. And for goodness sake, if I see somebody's in trouble and they need immediate help, I'll do my best to drop everything I'm doing to help them out. Because the most important...
It's true.
Yeah, I know you don't like that sometimes. But the most important thing is that everybody understands that our objective is that everybody be safe and well, and we only have your best interests at heart. This is not about selling some kind of multi-level acting training or anything like that. We just want to make people more dynamic, more effective, more competent, and more confident in what they're doing, because ultimately those will be the powerful things you'll be able to carry forward in the future.
We want actors that they are proof, no? How you say? Director proof?
Director proof. I want actors that are bulletproof. That's what I want. I want them to be full-blown bulletproof. Because when your acting is effective, When your acting is competent, dynamic, and effective, nobody can touch you.
And everything that you do in a film set, it reflects on the perception that the others have about an actor. So that's why we are, really making effort for, everyone understanding a little bit better what we are doing, because sometimes you can get a role, and in this role you represent also a profession, collective, and people that they really, are also in bad moments right now. So
for example, that film I was supposed to do specifically with Loretta, the biggest regret I had about not doing it was I didn't get a chance to work with her. That was my biggest regret.
Which was this?
It's some bizarre zombie movie. Let's not go there.
Okay.
Which was lacking a third act. That's one of the things that was going on there. Matt says,
I'm already bulletproof. I'm working on critic proof at this stage.
that will be kryptonite to your Superman, if you want my particular opinion.
Well, there's always a problem on that, isn't it? I mean, when you have a critic in front of you, or a person that is kind of a journalist, is also you have to be really bulletproof too.
We have Viviana Lorena Delgado. Love your chemistry.
She says, love your chemistry. You too. Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Right. Thanks very much. Muchísimas gracias. Recuerdes, si hablas español, tú puedes disfrutar de nuestro directos lunes a viernes, aparte de jueves, que es hoy, en español. So if you speak Spanish, you can come and enjoy us the rest of the days, just to prove that it's actually strangely easier to speak Spanish these days.
Now, huh?
Yeah, that's messed up, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Bye, darlings.
Thank you very much. It's been absolutely magnificent. Love you all to bits. And remember, if you only do the easy things in life, life will be difficult. If you only do the difficult things in life, life will be easy. Onwards and upwards. Bye for now.
I mean,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, these thoughts has to be there. Okay.
I know, because what you do is you're literally talking like this.
Okay.
It's like, hey, can you hear me right now? Like,
because I don't like this thing here. In
where would you like it?
I don't like. You see, I like to have it here.
Oh, that's handy. Would you? Well, look. Let's try this. You can be all. You can testify to this. Okay. How about? Right. How about we put it there, right? And then we turn this round there like that. How's that? God, the things I do to keep you happy, right? How's that?
Okay, so now I can talk, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's a bit odd.
It's a bit odd, and if it's
I know. And by the way, if you move out of this zone, we're like 10 bells are screwed.
so.
So the trouble is, it's even less manipulable.
Okay. So if I talk like that, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's that I don't like to have these things here.
Okay.
Bye.
Don't touch me. I told you, move over there. Your microphone's over there now. You see, I can do this. See, I can come over here. I can do all that.
You're good.
No, it's not. I'm not.
Bad.
You see? You see how this goes? Right. Anyway, look, you're all fabulous. Remember, you're the best actor that you know. What you are already is the greatest thing you will ever learn how to be.
That's true.
I'm off to now to fix this sound.
Bye.
See you tomorrow if you're here in Spanish, and if not, we'll see you next week. And as they say in Scotland, if I don't see you through the week,